Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Radharani ki Jai, Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai, Radharani ki Jai, Maharani ki Jai, Bolo Basani Rani ki Jai, Jai, Jai. Hare Krishna, everybody, please accept my prostrated obeisances onto the dust of each and every one of your lotus feet. We are very, very grateful, joyful, enlivened to have you here with us today on our, continuous festival of hearing that has been going on since the 1st of September. And today, crowning it all, today being the day of Srimati Radharani's appearance. Jai ho, Radhastami ki Jai. Vrinda Maharani, Basani Maharani ki Jai. So thank you all for being with us. You guys have been wonderful audience. We're grateful to each and every one of you. So we are introducing here, before we go on, here we're just bringing on Srila Gurudev online with us. Srila Gurudev. Jai ho. Jai ho. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. We're very, very grateful. Srila Gurudev, thank you very, very much for being with us today. And I know you are having the best of all days wherever you are in Vrindavan that you are right now. Happy Radhastami, Srila Gurudev. Radhe Radhe. Yeah. So just inviting His Grace and Her Grace, Gunachuda and Narahari Prabhu to please, Matsya Prabhu to please offer a visual garland onto Srila Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Please accept this garland from Shri Shri Krishna Balara.
Obrigado.
Jai. Thank you very much, Matsya Prabhu. Obrigado to you. Thank you very much, Srila Gurudev. And happy Radhastami to you, Matsya Prabhu. So before we go on, everyone, here is a quick housekeeping. I humbly urge each and every one of you to please pay attention to these housekeeping videos for you to be able to maximize your experience in this online festival of hearing about Radharani on this Radhastami day. So we have interpretations in Hindi and in Portuguese. And I humbly invite you all to please watch the explanatory videos that will be coming on your screen in a few minutes from now, in a few seconds from now. Please watch it and follow the instructions in the screen so that you will be able to participate fully. You will not miss out on any details of this festival. God bless you.
Hare Krishna, queridos devotos, reverências, todas as glórias a Srila Prabhupada. Hoje teremos interpretação simultânea para a língua portuguesa. Se você desejar ouvir em português e estiver no computador, clique no ícone do globo no canto inferior direito da sua tela. Em seguida, selecione o idioma português. Para os usuários de celular, clique no ícone mais, depois no ícone do globo e em seguida escolha o canal de português. Muito obrigada. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा। आज हिंदी भाषा में अनुवाद की सुविधा उपलब्ध है। अपने कंप्यूटर पर हिंदी इंटरप्रिटेशन चैनल तक पहुंचने के लिए कृपया अपनी स्क्रीन के निचले दाएं कोने में ग्लोब आइकन पर क्लिक करें। इसके बाद हिंदी चैनल पर क्लिक करें। मोबाइल उपयोगकर्ताओं के लिए अधिक आइकन पर क्लिक करें, फिर भाषा व्याख्या के लिए ग्लोब आइकन पर और हिंदी चैनल का चयन करें। आपको धन्यवाद। हरे कृष्णा।
Dhanyawad, dhanyawad, obrigado to each and every one of you. And I pray, please, you follow the instructions that are given in this introductory video so that you will be able to maximize your experience, your online experience in today's Festival of Hearing on Radhastami. Please take advantage of it for your own individual benefit. Okay, so here is a quick rundown on today's schedule. And if you have any question on any difficulties, please know that we have our team, Ask Your Servant, that is always ready on standby to answer whatever questions you may have. So here's the quick rundown on today's Festival of Hearing on Radhastami. So firstly, beginning today's section that will be breaking the ice of today's section is a conversation of Sukha and Sari by His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Das Goswami. And immediately after that, we have the quiz to see how much you're understanding, how much you've been following this online section from the very beginning to now, and also how fast is your fingers to type in the answers. Immediately after that, we have Radha Prima and a discussion on Radha Prima by His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. And just after that, we have Bhajan by Brazilian devotees. So please stay tuned. There are many more activities that are all outlined for you. These and many more activities are all there that is outlined for you to be able to have the best online Radhastami celebration of your life. So we're very, very grateful to each and every one of you. So without further ado, I will be calling online onto the screen His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Goswami. But before that, here is a quick introductory video by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada on how to pray to Srimati Radharani. A lot of us, we don't really know how to pray or what is the right mood to be able to approach Srimati Radharani. And here is Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has given us the right way and the right direction. So please, here's the video. Kindly enjoy for your own upliftment.
Radharani is the pleasure potency of Krishna. Pleasure potency. Parasya Shakti Vividhaiva Sriyat. The Supreme Lord has many potencies. Natasya karyam karanancha. Therefore, he has nothing to do. He has got so many potencies, just like big man, Eric man, he is sitting. But his energies, his potencies are working, big factory. And he knows everything. Similarly, Parasya Shakti Vividhaya, he has got many multi-potencies. One of them is this pleasure potency. Pleasure potency, he also wants pleasure. So when Krishna wants, Krishna is Parabrahma, he cannot enjoy anything material. He has to create the source of enjoyment by his own spiritual potential. That is Radha. The Radharani is described in the Shastra. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikiti Allahadini Shakti Asma. That is Krishna's Allahadini Shakti. She gives pleasure to Krishna. So she is very kind that today Radhastami, if we pray to Srimati Radharani, therefore in Vrindavan you see, they are first of all glorifying Jai Radhe everywhere. Jai Radhe. So our request is, everyone who is present here, today is Radhastami, so pray to Radharani. He is Hare, Hara. This Hare, this word is Radha. Hara, Radha, Radha or Hara, the same thing. So, Hare Krishna. So we are praying to Radharani. My mother, Radharani, and Krishna, Hare Krishna, O Krishna, O the Lord. Hare Krishna, the same thing, repetition. O Radharani, O Krishna, or Radha Krishna, Radhe Krishna, or Hare Krishna, the same thing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Again addressing, O Krishna, O Radharani. Hare Rama, the same thing. Again, Hare Rama. Rama is also Krishna. Rama is Rama, Rama is Balaram. They are all Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare. So this repetition of addressing Radha and Krishna, Hare Krishna, is to pray, my dear Lord, and the energy, the spiritual energy of the Lord, kindly engage me in your service. That's all. I am now embarrassed with this material service. Please engage me in your service.
Yeah. His Divine Grace La A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. So I pray you all listen attentively to what Prabhupada gave on his explanation on Radhastami, on how we should pray to Srimati Radharani. My dear Ma, my dear mother, please engage me in your service. For now, I am embarrassed in this material suffering, in this material world that I am. Please engage me in your divine service. So I pray we all have the right mood to truly be able to pray to Srimati Radharani. Without further ado, we will be bringing online now onto your screen, your individual screen, our next speaker in the person of His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Goswami Maharaj. Maharaj will be speaking on the conversation of Sukha and Sari. I was very, very fortunate to be among the students of Maharaj while he was teaching in Vrindavan Institute for Higher Education. Like so many of you may know, or so many of you may not know, His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Das Goswami was born in 1963 in Bihar, India. He came to ISKCON Vrindavan in March 1977, and later in June 1977, he met His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. He was initiated by His Holiness Radha Govinda Das Goswami on December 21st, 1977, and received the second initiation in January 1981. He took Sannyasa initiation in April 2019. He resides and serves at ISKCON Vrindavan. He currently preaches in various parts of India, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, and Mauritius. He also teaches Bhakti Shastri courses at the Vrindavan Institute for Higher Education. Maharaj is known for his simplicity. Yes, that's very true. His simplicity, his humility, and his gentle Vaishnava dealing. He possesses deep knowledge of the scriptures and also has great attachment to the holy Dham of Sri Vrindavan, and dearly love to do Vrindavan and Govardhan Parikrama. Maharaj, We are very, very joyful. I am very, very joyful to see you and to be here with you. We are missing you in Mauritius. Please come to Mauritius. But we're very, very joyful to have you here online with us. I'm humbly requesting, before you start, Maharaj, we humbly request my God's brothers and God sisters, Her Grace Gunachudha Mataji and Narahari Prabhu, to please offer you a virtual garland all the way from Brazil. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you very, very much, Gunachudha Prabhu, Gunachudha and Narahari Prabhu. We're very, very grateful to you. Maharaj, we're grateful. Now the screen is all yours.
Om Adhyantimiranbhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindha Dina Bandha Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. First of all, I offer my humble obeisances to the lotus feet of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami. He is my mentor and he will give me strength because I heard it is group of Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. So I feel at home. Generally, I speak in Hindi, but I am harder to speak in English, so I will try. I am here in Mayapur and I will just hear with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu some glorification of Radharani. It is occasion of Radhastami. So we expect hearing about Srimati Radharani. You all know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in Jagannath Puri. After sannyas from Mayapur, he came in Jagannath Puri. And after 2-3 years, he reached Vrindavan. He come in Vrindavan and his journey is full of nectarian incident, but we have no time to discuss that portion. He reached Mathura. He took bath at Vishram Ghat, and then he went to have darshan of 𝐾𝐸𝐬𝐽. During the kirtan, he saw an extraordinary person, an old man. In him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the signs of transcendental love. Later, he got the identity of that old person, and as he was guessing, it was due to the connection of Madhavendra Puri. Though that Brahman was a Sanoriya Brahman, generally a sannyasi doesn't take prasadam from Sanoriya Brahman. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that Madhavendra Puri took prasadam at the house of that Brahman. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested to have prasadam cooked by Sanoriya Brahman. And he spent some days in Mathura. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to visit the forest of Braj, different parts of Vrindavan. He took that Brahman, that old Brahman, Sanoriya Brahman, with him. He was walking through the forest, and every living entity of the forest, and actually all was living entities, they were dealing with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, that is another aspect, and the dealing of the different living entities are full of nectar. He was going ahead. He saw some birds sitting on the branch of tree. When he saw the birds, he desired to hear something from their mouth, from the mouth of birds. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desired to hear from the mouth of birds because it is established fact that the words of Vrindavan are intoxicated in uttering the glory of Radharani. Radha jaso mukhar mat 𝐾𝐚𝐦𝐿. About Vrindavan, many things are told. The sign of Vrindavan, it gave him that every creepers are decorated by the hand of Radharani. The dust of Vrindavan is shining with the print of Radharani, and the words are intoxicated in uttering the glory of Radharani. In that forest of Radharani, my mind may observe Radha jaso mukhar mat 𝐾𝐚𝐦𝐿. It is the nature of the words of Vrindavan that they utter the glory of Radharani, because words of Vrindavan are generally great saints. As soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desired to hear from the mouth of words, a pair of parrot, male parrot and female parrot, Suk and Sarika, came and sat on the hand of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, on the arm of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the male parrot started the glorification of Lord Krishna. Saundarjam lalanali dhairja dalanam lila ramastambhani. He was telling the beauty of Krishna subdues the patience of women, and the pastimes of Krishna is astounding to Lakshmi. Sheelam Sarvajanan Ranjanamaho, and the behavior of Krishna is pleasing to every living entity, and his fame, his glory is beneficial to whole world. That Krishna, our master, protect the whole world. And one thing saying, Krishna Jagan Mohana. Krishna is the attractor of the whole world. Krishna's personality is such that the whole world is attracted to Krishna. Whole world is captivated to Krishna. The male pirate was speaking the shloka. Saundarjam lalanani dhairya dalanam leela ramastambhani virjam kandukitadri varya mamala pare parardham guna. Krishna's strength makes the great mountain like a bow, and his qualities are unlimited beyond the last unit parardh, last unit of number that is known as parardh. So, Krishna Jagan Mohan, Krishna is attracted the whole world. And after hearing the description of Krishna from the mouth of male pirate, the female pirate started glorifying Srimati Radharani. Say it uttering a sloka. Sri Radhikaya Priyata Shrupata Susilata Nartanagan Chaturi Gunali Sampat Kavita Charajate Jagan Manomohan Chita Mohini. This is sloka chanted by female pirate. That is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 17, text 212. She is telling a Gunali Sampat. There are a row and row of qualities that is shining in Radharani. And that qualities is captivator of Krishna, Chitta Mohini. The qualities of Radharani attract Krishna, and Krishna is attractor of the whole world. Jagan Mano Mohan. Krishna has such attraction that the whole world is captivated, whole world is attracted to him. But Radharani's qualities are shining so much that the heart, the chit of Krishna is attracted to that quality. And there are many, many qualities. Some are counted. Sri Radhikaya Priyata, the love of Radharani, the affection of Radharani. Surupata, the beauty of Radharani. Susilata, the mild behavior of Radharani. And Nartan Gan Chaturi, the artistry of dancing, the artistry of singing, and the capacity of poetry, the talent of poetry, every quality has power to attract the heart of Krishna, captivate Krishna, and overwhelm Krishna. Some qualities are counted. First, Priyata, the affection of Radharani. Radharani possesses such a love. Krishna is captivated. Krishna is made overwhelmed. Priyata. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, we read Krishna came here in earth to enjoy the essence of love. Ras niryas hid, the essence of love, and after incarnation, he chewed the essence of love, and it got satisfaction. The affection from fatherly person, motherly affection, father affection, and the affection of lovers, affection of friends, he enjoyed, but he was not satisfied fully. Though he enjoyed much, a lot, but still he was not satisfied fully. He was thinking that though I chewed the essence of love, but I realized the affection of Radharani is some different, and it is not ordinary. Krishna is thinking that though I am the reservoir of all the rasas, I am a storehouse of all rasas, and I chewed the essence of mellows, but still I didn't fulfill my desire. Krishna is thinking, Purnananda Maya Ami Chinmay Purna Tattva. Though I am full spiritual truth and I am made of joy, but Radhikar Preme Ama Kara Unmot. But Radharani's affection drives me mad. Na jani Radhara Preme Ache Katbal. I don't know the strength of Radha's love. Je bole amare kare sarvada behubal, with which she always overwhelms me. But Radharani's affection is so strong that Krishna is overwhelmed by that affection. And Krishna is realizing that he is the disciple of the Radharani love. Radharani love is teacher, and Krishna is his pupil. And Krishna is controlled by Radharani love, and Radharani's love makes him dance. Oh, Krishna is thinking what is strength of Radha's affection. Kare sarvada bihva. Radharani's love is so powerful that it makes Krishna overwhelmed. It is seen that sometimes Krishna is so overwhelmed that he started weeping in the front of Radharani. and he beat so much that there is seen the stream of tears. There is seen a stream of love tears, and it is not exaggeration, because we see in Gazipur near Barsana the pond of tears. There is Prem Sarovar, which is made of love tears of Krishna and Radha. Here it is described that Krishna is so overwhelmed that he started weeping, and he wept so much that there a stream of tears was seen. And seeing this situation of Krishna, seeing the acquired situation of Krishna, Radharani was also agitated, and she became too eager to help Krishna. Radharani is thinking, कौन प्रेम के ही पंग परे है रंगीलेला. Radharani is seeing the situation of Krishna, and he is thinking, what situation he had failed. Radharani realizes that Krishna is interested in some kind of affection, some kind of love. What can I do? Though seeing the situation of Krishna, Radha herself is very agitated, but still he restored her patience, and he wants to do his duty. Though her eyes are full of tears, but still he comes forward to help Krishna, and she took Krishna in her arms and embraced her. And seeing this scene, the scene of embracing Krishna was so pleasing to the associate of Radharani, to the Sakhij of Radharani, to the friendly servant of Radharani, that they realized that they were powered upon the ocean of pleasure, and they were so happy that they fell fainted on the ground. So I am telling that Radharani's affection is so strong that Krishna get himself overwhelmed. But here the Sharika is telling Sri Radhikaya Priyata. Radharani's affection is so strong that Krishna is entrapped in it. We can see the strongness of Radharani love. In this world, we find so many pure devotees. There are many, many devotees who have dedicated their life to Krishna, and they are very dear to Krishna. But the position of gopis are much higher. Gopis are so dear to Krishna. They are so elevated devotees that the many, many devotees who are considered the best devotee of Krishna, they want the dust of gopi. Uddhava wants the dust of gopis. Lord Brahma underwent austerities, 60 Varsha Sahasrani, 60,000 years austerity just to get the dust of Braj Gopi. Nanda Braj Strina Pad Renu Palabdhaya. So the great devotees wants the dust of Gopis of Braj because their position is unequal. There can't be a comparison between Gopis and other devotees, the other best devotees. To make a comparison, the devotees, other devotees with Gopis, it's something like comparing mountain and mustard. And there are thousands and thousands of Gopis, but in Ras dance, Krishna realized that Radharani had got an angry mood, man. For the sake of Radharani, Krishna left all the Gopis. For you can calculate what is the level of the affection of Radharani. Gopis are considered the best affectionate, the best lover of Krishna. But the thousands and thousands of Gopis are left just to pacify Radharani. Hriday Radham Adhaya Tatyaja Braj Sundari. Krishna was dancing with Gopis, and all the Gopis were very happy. But Radharani's man was aroused, and for pleasing Radharani, Krishna left all the Gopis, thousands of Gopis. So we can see what level of Radharani's prem is there. And Krishna took Radharani alone, and he tried his best to pacify Radharani. He dressed her hair and decorated it with flowers. At midnight, it was difficult to get a comb. And Krishna is so expert that by his nail, by his fingers, he dressed the hair of Radharani and decorated it with the flowers of the forest. So here, the Sarika, the female parrot, is counting some of the qualities of Radharani. First is the affection of Radharani. And he is telling Surupata, the beauty of Radharani. It is enchanter of Krishna. Krishna is enchanted with the beauty of Radharani. And here I can't describe the beauty of Radharani because I am going to cross my time limit. But one fact you should keep in your mind. Generally, in this world, someone put ornament. What is the purpose of putting ornament? To increase the beauty of ling. But Krishna is so beautiful that by the touch of his limb, the beauty of ornament increase. In this world, ornament increase the beauty of limb, but Krishna's limb increases the beauty of ornament. And what about Radharani? Radharani is also decorated. Her friends decorate her very heartedly. But their purpose is different. Their purpose is to hide the beauty of Radharani. But what is philosophy of hiding? The छवि को छिपाइबे को, रस को बढ़ाइबे को. They hide the beauty of Radharani, the beauty of limb of Radharani, because Krishna cannot enjoy the natural beauty of Radharani. The beauty is so high, so enchanting, Krishna get fainted. He can't see directly. There are many instances. Krishna is so strong that he lifted Govardhan. Gokul Gopanaya Hasten Ekin Lilaya Uddadhara. For the protection of Gokul by one hand, and as play he lifted Govardhan. But when he saw the mountain upon the chest of Radharani, Payodhar Kshamadhar Darsanena, as soon as his sight went to the mountain of the chest of Radharani, Krishna started to tremble, and there started sweating in his body. Svina Sakampa Babhuva Radha Payodhar Kshamadhar Darsanena. When Radharani see toward Krishna, Krishna becomes fainted. As Prabodhanand Saraswati tells, it sings, and that Bansi Karan Nipatita. When Radharani sees toward Krishna, it is so overwhelming for Krishna that the cloth drops from his hand, and Bhrashtam Sikhanda, his peacocks, leaves their place. At Bhashtam Chapita Vasana, even his pitambar falls on ground and he becomes fainted. So Krishna can't see the original beauty of Radharani. So the friends of Radharani, the Sakhis, with the ornament hide the beauty of Radharani, so that Krishna can enjoy. छवि को छिपाइबे को, रस के बढ़ाइबे को. Radharani is also decorated, but for two purpose, to hide the beauty of Radharani. And why this? For the enjoyment of Krishna. Radharani is so beautiful that Krishna can't enjoy. His vision sleeps. So, for support, the friends of Radharani decorate her. So, here Sarika is singing Surupata. Radharani's beauty is as that Krishna is captivated, he is overwhelmed. So, many qualities are counted here, and the Sarika says that every single quality has power to overwhelm Krishna. So, such is the personality of Radharani. And one thing more, that Radharani is drowned with mercy. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that the first bath took in the ocean of mercy. So he is most merciful, and In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is giving the symptom, the characteristic of a Mahatma, that they take shelter of Radharani and worship Krishna. Mahatma nastu mam partha daivim prakriti masrita. In Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada has given explanation of this verse, but he has given different explanation in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he is telling that Daivik Prakriti, the origin of Daivik Prakriti, the original Daivik Prakriti is Srimati Radharani. Or a saintly person, a devotee, take the shelter of Radharani and do devotional service of Krishna, worship Krishna, and by the mercy of Radharani, the sadhak, the devotee, get perfection. He can get the lotus feet of Krishna, the service of Krishna. So, on this occasion, we should take decision. We should mold ourselves to take shelter of Radharani and worship Krishna. Our life will be perfect. We will achieve our goal. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai, Jai. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Shri Gurudev, please, I don't know if you wish to say something, Maharaj.
Yes?
Yes, that is nectar. I was thinking how many devotees are very unfortunate. They are living Krishna consciousness, living Prabhupada in search of hearing something with the thing that the Krishna devotees are speaking about. But just hear what His Holiness Damodara Goswami just presented. What else are we looking for? What is it that we're looking for, which is not here in Krishna consciousness presented? And whatever Maharaj has presented here is all within the from acharyas. So I was just thinking how unfortunate some of us are. We are living nectar for chaos. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I was thinking just continue, not look at the time.
I know that there is another class, but I have to go to other place to give a class. So forgive me.
Excuse you for that. Thank you.
I am going to Gita Bhavan to give another class.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Vrindavan Chandra Goswami Maharaj. We're very, very grateful to have you here and the wonderful, wonderful explanation and deep introduction on the Leelas of Radharani that has been explained by Sukha and Sari. And I did learn a lot of things about how Radharani's affection is so strong that Krishna is entrapped in it. So I'm very, very grateful, to you, Maharaj.
But just quality, not only affection, a beauty, the artistry of singing, artistry of dancing, behavior.
Very true, Maharaj. Thank you very much. But just before you go, Maharaj, I humbly invite everybody on the screen, please kindly open your videos. Keep yourself muted. Just open your videos and raise your hand, your two hands like this, and just give a round of applause for Maharaj, telling him thank you very much for being present, with us today. We're very, very grateful to you, Maharaj. Thank you very, very much. We're grateful to His Holiness Vrindavan Chandra Swami Maharaj. Vrindavan Chandra Swami Maharaj ki jai. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Gurudev ki jai. Sri Radha Shamashunda ki jai. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Now, everyone, moving on to the next topic of today, the next section of today, we have Bhajan by the devotees of Brazil. Radha Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite. What a wonderful bhajan that has been made by these devotees with love and time, and they've put a lot of effort into this to make sure that for the pleasure of Srimati Radharani, for the listening pleasure of Srila Gurudev, and for the listening pleasure of all of us here on this platform. So please listen attentively. God bless you, and Hare Krishna. Now to the screen. Jai. Jai. Radhe, 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 Radhe. Thank you very, very much to all the wonderful, wonderful devotees that has put a lot of effort into making this wonderful Radha Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite offering for the listening pleasure of Srila Gurudev and to the listening pleasure of everyone that is here, but above all for the glorification of Srimati Radharani. We're very, very grateful, and we have devotees from Brazil that are credited for this wonderful effort in the presence of Vrindavan Devidasi, Jagannath Priya Devidasi, Sandini Shakti Devidasi, Gopi Kanta Devidasi, Katya Mataji, Lisa Mataji, Kamen Mataji, and Karen Mataji. Thank you very, very much for the wonderful offering of Radha Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite to the listening pleasure of Srimati Radharani, to the listening pleasure of Srila Gurudev, and also to the listening and purification for the listening and purification of all of us that is listening. So thank you. God bless you abundantly, and may Srimati Radharani strengthen each and every one of you. Without further ado, we are moving on to our next section. And in this section, due to time constraint, in the beginning of the section, we did give you the update of how the program is going to go. But due to the time constraint, we are removing one section and just going forward with the other section. So please bear with us. We are inviting the person of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj online. Maharaj will be speaking on Radha Prima. Srila Gurudev, we are very, very joyful to have you. And Radhe Radhe! How are you, Srila Gurudev? We're very, very joyful to have you here online with us. Jai. Jai Gurudev. Just before you start, beloved Gurudev, to so many of you listeners that are joining us for the first time or joining this platform for the first time, that you might have been seeing Maharaj all through the section since the beginning of the section, but this is the first time Maharaj is going to be speaking, and you might have been wondering, who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? Well, here is a quick introduction on His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj for you all to be acquainted with his person. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Tita Swami Maharaj, and he is my Guru Maharaj. And he has been serving ISKCON since the 80s. He is the first African sannyasi and Diksha Guru in ISKCON. He is known for his humility, gravity, and deep knowledge of the scriptures, being a perfect example of living his Guru's legacy. Maharaj, he regularly teaches Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav courses at the Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education, VIH, and the Maya Institute, which is MI. And he facilitates many numerous seminars on the practical aspect of Krishna consciousness philosophy, such as community building, self-sufficiency, etc. He has also authored a book called Spiritual Connection, Understanding the Dynamics of Guru-Disciple Relationship, to help devotees take the next step in their spiritual journey. Maharaj tours and preach extensively in different countries in Africa, Brazil, India, Mauritius, Seychelles, and the United States to deliver the message of Krishna consciousness, following the desire of his spiritual master, Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. He is also developing a vibrant Krishna conscious self-sustainable farm community in Ghana and in Nigeria, West Africa. So Maharaj, we're very, very happy to have you here. Srila Gurudev, the screen is all yours.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krita Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Chinam Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari Indri Visesa Sanya Vaji Postata Desatari Mama Gyana Chimirandasya Yanandana Salataya Shulamita Vedanta Swami Sri Gurave Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai Sri Shri Radhastami Sundar Ki Jai Srimati Radharani Ki Jai Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Hare Krishna. We are very grateful to all the devotees who have been attending this program for this. We also heartily thank and wish all the devotees who have worked very sincerely and dedicatedly to provide the devotees, to get the devotees to give us the nectar we have been drinking for this. Today is 4 years of holidays, a wonderful appearance of Srimati Radharani. And we have been hearing about her for many days. Now we are requested to speak about Radha Prema. Radha Prema. We also heard from His Holiness 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐭𝐢 about how Radharani's prema is so powerful that it bewilders Lord Krishna. Her prema not only bewilders Krishna, but it makes Krishna to forget his duties. Krishna forgot his duties. Sanatana Goswami told us how Krishna forgot his duty of killing cancer. It is not Krishna who is attracting the gopis. It is not a gopis. It is not Krishna is attracting the gopis. It is the gopis who are attracting Krishna. So much so that Lord Krishna didn't remember to go to Mathura until Akura has to come and actually chastise for Krishna. Chastise Krishna severely. Lord Krishna, devotees, 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐿 and 𝐁𝐃, they are suffering every day. Kamsa raises his sword in their face. I'll kill you. So in this way, they are always in fear of Kamsa. But we are sitting here peacefully, forgetting how their devotees are suffering. Is it fair? It is not Krishna's fault. It is the fault of Srimati Radharani, because it is her love that detained Krishna and made him to forget his duty. That is how powerful Srimati Radharani's love for Krishna is, and his prema for Krishna is. And Raghunatha Goswami told us that the prema of Krishna is so strong, so powerful that when Srimati Radharani is bathing in Jamuna, Lord Krishna will go down the stream to go also enter the sea, so that the fragrance from Srimati Radharani and the remnant of Srimati Radharani's bathing water will touch Krishna's body. When it touches Krishna's body, Krishna is completely blissful, and he lives his life in such bliss. That is Srimati Radharani's prema. Not only that, Krishna does that. Raghunatha Goswami also said the same thing. That Krishna always look toward the direction where Srimati Radharani's house is, expecting that the breeze is coming from there. The breeze which touches Srimati Radharani's body is coming to Krishna, and when it touches Krishna, Krishna is in ecstasy. So we cannot blame Lord Krishna for what he is doing. And Maharaj was talking about Srimati Radharani's attractive quality, which is part of her, the prema which he has, that he controls everything around her, including Lord Krishna. When Krishna lifted the Govardhan, this is from Kavikanapura Swami, Ananda Vrindavan Temple. When Krishna lifted the Govardhan heat for 7 days, and all the Brajabasis enjoying Krishna's association for 7 days. That means for 7 days, Krishna forgot to play his flute. Do you remember about his flute? Until one day, it was suggested to Krishna, Lord Krishna, you have not played your flute for days. Can you just entertain us for a moment? As soon as Krishna took the flute, Mother Mangala held his hand. You don't know. You don't know. And a source of our protection, a hill we are carrying. If he hears a flute, the Krishna will fall in ecstasy and the mountain will drop on our head. He was trained to play the flute by Srimati Radharani. And all for the 7 days, Srimati Radharani was not standing in the front. Other personalities were in the front. Srimati Radharani was at the back, always at the back, hiding because of her pain and her beauty, her charm. But the gopis want to make experiment to convince us the strength of Srimati Radharani's prayer. They told Krishna, Srimati Radharani, can you just come out? Krishna will be suffering the pain of not seeing you for it. Can you just make your presence just for a moment? As soon as Krishna laid his eyes on Srimati Radharani, just for a moment, not so minute, didn't talk of the minute, just for a moment, the mountain almost fell off Krishna's hand. The gopis have to push Srimati Radharani behind and block her from being the front so that Krishna did not see her. Just to see her is very dangerous for the devasis who are under the umbrella of God and here. This is the strength of Lord Srimati Radharani's prayer. When Krishna disappeared from Srimati Radharani, Krishna was dancing and treating all the gopis, including Radharani, the same way. So at the point, Srimati Radharani said, so there is no difference between us. We are all equal. I will see how you will feel when I'm not in the rasa dance. And Srimati Radharani just disappeared. The moment she disappeared, Srila Bhakti Thakur said, Krishna cried. It is Supreme Personality of God who is making the whole world cry for love for him. Everybody cried as the price to get the pure love of Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, cried for Srimati Radharani's Krishna's. Srimati Radharani's prayer. Krishna cried, and the cry was not just something you could just pretend. Not something you can cry alone, and nobody will see you, nobody hears. But Krishna forgot himself that he cried very loudly and shouted, Radha, without you, there is no question of rasa dance. Rasa dance means you. So you are not being here is a problem. Come here and save my life. For Krishna's life is sustained by the prema of Srimati Radharani. And what sustained Krishna's life? Krishna's existence. Srimati Radharani maintained Krishna's existence is maintained by Srimati Radharani's love. So as Prabhupada says, she is Ladini Shakti. Ladini Shakti is what maintain bliss. Krishna has such another potency, such another vigraha potency. For this such another vigraha potency of Krishna is maintained by Ladini Shakti. So she is supreme, not equal to, anything or any person in the whole universe. Here in the material world and also in the spiritual world, Krishna said, I am the one who controls everything, both the material and spiritual. I control, but actually, it is not Krishna who is controlling anything. It is Srimati who is controlling the controller of the spiritual and material world. She is the controller of both the material and spiritual. And her energy, in proper chanted this mantra from Upanishad, Krishna has unlimited Shakti, but all the Shaktis, it takes shelter of Srimati. She is the fountainhead of everything. Krishna's enjoyment and Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's activities, everything about Krishna, and the whole world is maintained and controlled by Srimati. Srimati is Prema, is everything. So one who pleases Srimati Radharani automatically pleases Lord Krishna. It is said that Krishna has no strength within his body to say no to Srimati Radharani. So if someone is introduced to Krishna by Srimati Radharani, you have been accepted automatically. You are accepted. The application is granted automatically. If our application is submitted to Srimati Radharani and she approved it and submitted to Krishna, yeah, approved, guaranteed. So we'll look at Krishna's Srimati Radharani's Supreme from Ananda Vrindavan chapter. You can put the screen on. You put it before. I can put it. Radha's lamentation. A sweet, clever talks of Radhika. She had engulfed the earth in a nectarian wave of happiness, now turned into a wave of poison. The fragrant sandalwood pulp rubbed on her body transformed into blazing coals, that is fire. The kajal decorating her eyes turned into contaminated water. The strands of her pearl necklace glowed about like a snake. The betel nut packets, which give a pleasing taste to the mouth, seemed like leaves from a poison vine. The necklaces, bells, and other artistically fashioned accoutrements on her body resembled crooked piles of sharp poison. Her voice, choked up than her warm tears, made her kajal into a black line, dripping down her breast. Krishna's teasing broke Radharani's heart. The pain was so sharp that she felt she was being so in her. That is the prema of Srimati Radharani. Hearing the word of Krishna is like may not have experience, or we can imagine what it is if the person is pierced with a sharp sword at the rib. In the rib, you can imagine how it is. This is how Srimati Radharani feels in her prayer for Lord Krishna. That is how she feels for her hearing the sharp word of Krishna which is Krishna's love for Srimati Radharani, but Krishna's love for Srimati Radharani increases the love she has for Lord Krishna. So she feels the pain because of love. If you don't have love for somebody, if a person does something, you don't feel anything. It is very, very painful if you love somebody and the person does something which you don't like. It's more painful. So in my travel, a person who hurts us the most is the person whom we love. I don't expect this from you. So somebody else can do this, it will not be a problem. But a person whom you are carrying in your head, if you do something just small, the pain will be unbearable. So Srimati feels like Krishna is piercing her body. It's such. Next. Then Radha spoke loudly. Oh Lord, oh giver of pleasure, oh ocean of love, where are you, oh beloved? Please be visible to me. Though I know you are here, I cannot see you. Because of this, my life is full of suffering. Hoping to attain you again, I cannot give up my life. Yet, out of separation, I cannot maintain my life. A situation where you cannot die and you cannot live. The pain of separation is getting stronger and getting stronger and about to cut the shackles of hope, maintaining my life. Please give up your anger and appear before my eyes so that my life does not leave my body. And Krishna is lying, Srimati Radharani is lying down without a single stain on her body due to the pain of separation. And Krishna never disappeared from Srimati Radharani because her love keeps Krishna always present. So her name is Krishnamayi. Krishnamayi, one who is inside and outside is Krishna. Her inside is Krishna, inside is Krishna. So there's no question of her not having Krishna by her side. But to exhibit the prema she has for Krishna, she feels that the pain of separation from Krishna. So she's calling Krishna, please come for me. And she, in madness of love for Krishna, she can talk to anything and everything that she sees, both living and the non-living entities. Srimati Radharani can speak to them in the prema she has for Krishna. Next. In solitude, Radhika cried on the following imaginary conversation with the Krishna. She's completely mad. Completely mad. In madness is speaking. Krishna, if you say, what does it matter to me if you give up your life? Then I replied that you cannot say that, for you have great love for me and cannot bear my separation. If you do not appear, then you will have to carry my dead body through the forest while weeping. This is the truth. And Krishna replied, Krishna is not physically present, but in her madness of love for Krishna, she's speaking. She's speaking and getting answer, and she's repeating the answer herself. I disappeared because of their proud words. Therefore, I am not at fault. It is nothing like proud for Srimati Radharani. Because proud of what? She's proud of what? There's nothing which she doesn't have that she should be proud of. There's nothing which is so important for her that she should be proud of. She has everything the Supreme Person of God, Krishna himself, as his property, at his control. But she is proud. This proud is part of the soul. It's not the material proud which we know. It is part of the soul. Yes. It's a spiritual quality. So Krishna said, you are very proud, and because of pride, I disappear from you. There's nothing like pride, it's pride, it's material. But this is prema. In prema, everything exists. Anger exists. Forgetfulness exists. Bewilderment exists. Illusion exists. Everything does exist in prayer. Srimati is speaking. Neither am I at the fault in this matter. You are angry because of my pride, but I did not speak out of pride. I spoke so that my friends could catch up to us, not out of pride. And Krishna replied, I disappear, I disapprove of such actions. I cannot bear them. Rather, O Lord, show your moonlight face so that the pitiful state of your beloved will not be seen when my friends arrive at this spot. They will die if they see me in this state. Do not kill them. Srimati is concerned not about her, she's concerned about how her friends would feel if they see her in the lamentable situation that Krishna also disappeared from her. How would they feel? And actually, they felt something. Chandavali's party became very, very happy when they saw Krishna. With Srimati Radharani, and then they also spoke. Yes, he doesn't know how to behave properly. That is why Krishna disappeared from her. And Srimati didn't want a friend to come and hear all this, but Krishna did it happen. Do not kill them. Show yourself as before, so that they do not condemn you. I cannot see any way that you will be able to answer their criticism. Krishna, I left you just as I left him. The same action would not yield different results. I have equally rejected both you and them. Why have you acted so boldly, leaving me alone in the forest? Leaving them only produces misery, or leaving me alone will kill them, will kill me. They do not experience such misery because they are together, but I am all alone. They remain alive by comforting each other with sweet words. But I'm alone. Therefore, I am feeling more pain than they will feel. Krishna, why do you want to give up your body? The abode of beauty and sweetness. Rather, cursed is the night without the moonlight. Cursed are the lotuses without the sun. Unfortunate is the person ignored by the Lord of her life. The qualities you maintain, beauty and sweetness, only display their perfection when enjoyed by the Lord. Taking the form of a snake, the pain of separation from Krishna entered the cave of Radha's soft, sweet heart and bite that faultless person. Radha's heart pained, and the sky afflicted by the scorching summer sun. The agony in her body surged way beyond the breaking point. Her consciousness rapidly faded as she tried desperately to understand Krishna's intentions. As the 10th stage of ecstasy approached, Radhika succumbed to extreme fainting fits, appearing like untimely visit friends. Srimati Radharani ki Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shila Gurudev. Thank you very, very much for the wonderful explanation on Radha Prima. Just before you go, Gurudev, there is a question, if you permit.
Yes, go ahead.
Jai Gurudev. The question is in regards to surrendering to Srimati Radharani, based on all the topic, all the conversation that has been going on from the beginning of the section till now. And we'll see how the importance of Srimati Radharani has been highly highlighted on how one should truly surrender unto Srimati Radharani, how Srimati Radharani is greater and her activities even greater than Krishna. Now, taking this into context, we do see that a lot of people follow strictly when they go to Vrindavan or the holy places, they just follow strictly into the Radha Bhava. How do we understand, how do we bridge this in our journey of Krishna consciousness? Because we do see a lot of young people coming into Krishna consciousness and they just want to be in that Radha Bhava. And while we do see some people are like, no, don't be that now, just gradually go step by step, but you just want to dive into that. What should be our consciousness to truly be able to come to that level? Or is it just normal? Just like we come to Krishna consciousness, we take to Krishna consciousness, same also way we can get into Radha Bhava and all of that. Also, is it the same, Guru Maharaj?
Yeah, it is a controversial point. It's a very, very controversial point. Because you see, everything in this material world has qualification. And we are studying from Vaidhi Bhakti. That means we need a certain qualification to understand our dealings. But every step, every situation in our Christian consciousness, we need a qualification. And we know very well that the things which we do without qualification will be very dangerous. Can you imagine if you don't know how to drive and you're given the steering? I don't know how the situation will be. One does not know how to drive and they're given a steering. We enter the car. Everybody knows the situation. So in the same way, in our Christian conscious life, our acharyas have tried, they have tried to systematically guide us. And you see, Srila Prabhupada did not speak much openly in a public, and we have been advised several times not to speak about certain things in public, because many of us cannot handle it, because we are external devotees. We don't participate with Krishna in his spiritual dealings. Those of us who are not participating with Krishna in spiritual dealings, we are outsiders. Who are the outsiders? The outsiders are those who feel uneasy or feel very disturbed when they hear certain dealings of Krishna, certain dealings of Krishna with his cowherd girls' friends. Those of us who are not participating will feel different, which is sinful. We become contaminated. So if we are going to jump into such a highly exalted topic, it will be like someone is drinking poison. And at the same time, we had this discussion, and when we are studying nectar of devotion, usually our Bhakti sessions stop in chapter 19. So from chapter 19, Bhakti sessions stop the nectar of devotion. But for the first time, we have gone through the whole chapter to the end, which is very, very sweet. Personally, I don't see the danger for not reading that. In West Africa, we were not keeping this principle. In West Africa, we were reading the whole nectar of devotion. Understand or doesn't understand, doesn't matter. We're just reading everything. This is our style there. It is one came to Bhakti, he said, we will not see that we will stop at chapter 19. And the reason being that from chapter 20, it is very high. So we will feel indifferent when we hear certain topics and dealings with Krishna. So while we were discussing this thing, this question came up. And Urmila Devi, who was taking us, after deep deliberation on this. So she did mention that we should be free to hear them. And the reason is there. Srila Prabhupada printed a 10th canto of Bhagavatam Krishna book, it was printed before the 10th canto of Bhagavatam itself, 11th canto, 12th canto. This 10th canto was printed, Krishna book was printed before all these books. And it was not only for the this book had been distributed everywhere. So people who bought them, what are they doing with the book, Krishna book? It was sold everywhere. So what are the people doing with that? And what was the proper intention of printing that book? Yes. Because it is not the first, it's not the last chapter of the Bhagavatam. So what was his intention of printing that book, Krishna book, with a 10th chapter that contains all this? So, and Prabhupada did not say the book should not be distributed. So it was distributed. And those who bought it, non-devotees bought the book. So what are they doing with it? They're reading. So it is not an offense for even a neophyte person to read it. In fact, if we don't allow people to freely participate in these things, it could be an interference to some people's devotional life, devotional service. Therefore, those who are comfortable with it, they should read it, they should hear it. But the first time I was asked to speak about the Rasa Leaders chapter, all the devotees in ISKCON refused to teach it. So my institute that approached me, I was very worried. I didn't want to make any offense. So I wrote to His Holiness His Holiness I've been requested to do this service. I don't know what is your advice. So now don't do it. No. Tell them no, as you said. And I wrote to Guru Jantra. And he replied to me, well, quote, if I'm the one to speak on this, I will say no. I will say no. But he didn't stop there. He didn't give me a flat answer. He gave me an option, which was better. So he said, Srila Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, you should hear it. He said you should hear it. We may not discuss it, but you should hear it. I said, okay, now I have a second choice. But you know what happened? So I was still very careful and fearful, to say the truth. So when I went there, I prayed to my Gurudev and I prayed to Prabhupada. And I went there and I met the student. So I explained to the student, this is the situation. So we're going to read this without discussion. You okay with it? Student said, right, okay. But they're going to do exam. For them to do exam, there must be some explanation, certain things. So I have this situation before me. Usually I have to take permission from my spiritual master and Prabhupada before I speak anytime. So I told them to speak. So we started reading. As we're reading continuously, there's some motivation to say something. So we say something along with whatever it is until we complete the chapter. this is what I did. And I didn't feel that our child were angry with me. So we discuss it. So the conclusion is that let devotees hear. Whoever is comfortable to hear. And we should hear this because 𝐁𝐸𝐬𝐢 Swami said that if you hear this, it is a medicine that will cure the lust in the heart. So if you don't hear it, how are we going to get cured? So we should hear it. It is not an offense. You should be careful, but it should be hard. Otherwise, it is given. Yeah, so it came out naturally as we were going through it. It came out, and I was free to say whatever comes to my mind freely. And we went through it like that. And the devotees appreciated what we were showing and the reading, because the reading, everything still remains in the book. When there is explanation, it is outside the book, so it has to do directly with us, to give us experience to understand this. So we should hear this, and devotees should be free to hear. So we should not stop chapter 19. We should continue to the end of nectar of devotion. That is my response here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Srila Gurudev. There's so many other questions, but due to shortage of time, we are just gonna move forward to the next section of the program. Srila Gurudev, we have the program with a prayer, whereby, prayer for light, love, and peace in the world. And Srila Gurudev, you will be leading us in this prayer by reciting the Radha Kripa Kataksha Stotra. Everyone, please, you are humbly advised to turn on your videos. Please keep yourself muted. And as the prayer will be put on the screen, Srila Gurudev will be reading only the shloka. Please kindly follow simultaneously while the shloka is being recited. Not like Gurudev is going to read and then others follow. No, we are reading together. And as we are doing that, we're also praying for the mercy of Srimati Radharani to give light, love, and peace in the world. So Gurudev, please, the screen is yours now.
When I'm going to read, I should not wait for long before the second comes in. Like the devotee who is in charge, please, when I'm reciting, as soon as I finish, bring the next one. I should not wait for you for long. What's happening when I was doing my reading? Otherwise, I will just read from my own. Okay. So this is
very sorry.
Radha Kataksha Raja by Lord Shiva. The king of prayers quit petition the most merciful side-long lines from Srimati Radharani. Monendra Brenda Vandite Triloka Soka Harini. Your voice will be low. Don't be faster than me, and the voice should be down. So if otherwise I will hear your voice and I'll miss it. This is my nature. Your voice will down. I will follow my tune. I don't want me to rush because I will break some here and I'll continue. I'm not going pandit way. I'm going to go my own local way. The flow. All right, I'll begin from the beginning. Monindra Vrinda Vandite Triloka Soka Harini Prasanna Bhakta Pankaje Nikonda Bhuvilasini Prajendra Bhanu Nandini Prajendra Sunu Sangate Kata Karisha Sinam Katasha Bhajanam Asoka Vriksavalari Vitana Manda Pasite Pravala Vala Vala Vata Padanangi Komali Parabhaya Sura Krita Bhuta Sampadalaya Padakari Shashimam Kripakataksham bhajanam. Anangaranga mandala prasanga bhankura bhuvam sadhi brahman sasambramam divyanta dhana patane irantaramba sarkita pratiti nandanandane Kado Kari Shasiman Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Tadi Suvarana Champaka Patita Goda Vidvahe Mukha Prabhaka Rasa Kuti Sara Dindu Mandalin Vichitta Chita Sanchara Chakora Saga Lochani Kado Kari Shasiman Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Adon Matati Yoga Ne Pramoda Mana Mandite Yanuraga Ranjite Kala Vilasa Pandite Nanadhana Kundaraja Kama Keli Kovide Kodo Kari Shasiman Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Ase Sahara Bhavati Rahira Hara Bhushite Prabhuta Sata Kumbha Kumbha Kumbhi Kumbha Sostanin Pasa Samanda Hasa Churna Purna Sakara Sagari Kodo Kari Shasman Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Dhinala Vala Vala Rita Ranga Ranga Tulate Tataga Lasa Lula Nila Lutanava Lutane Kalalo Milan Mano Mohana Switi Kodo Karisha Simon Pakataksha Suvarana Mali Kanchita Tileka Kampu Kantage Suta Mangali Guna Sirana Dipti Dipti Salola Nila Kuntala Pasuna Guta Gumpite Kodo Kari Shasiman Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Itam Badhim Valamba Mana Pushne Kalakule Sasasarana Kinkini Kalakamadhanam Juli Arendra Sunda Dandika Varo Hasoba Dorike Kodo Kari Shasiman Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Anena Mantanada Manu Purara Vaskalat Samaja Raja Hansalam Sene Panati Gauravi Ilola Hena Valari Chinda Charu Chankari Kodo Kari Shasiman Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Ananda Kuti Visuloka Ananda Padma Jarjite Imadrija Pulo Majavi Venjara Parakade Apara Siddhiriti Dhirta Sarpa Bhanguyenake Kodo Kari Shasiman Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Nageshwari Kriyeshwari Sareshwari Sureshwari Veda Bhatishwari Pramana Sasaneshwari Tameshwari Sameshwari Pramoda Kanaleshwari Rajeshwari Vadadike Radhike Namostute Sisi Radha Kata Saranaki
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very, very much, Srila Gurudev. What a wonderful recitation. I'm very, very blessed and joyful to hear the way the mantra was being recited. And I know that everyone was very, very joyful. As you're reciting it in my head, I was like thinking, I think I also need to recite this tonight before I go to bed. So thank you very much for the inspiration, Srila Gurudev. Now we've come to the end of our Radhastami online festival celebration, the celebration of hearing. You've been hearing from various speakers all through from the very beginning, from the 1st of September to today, the 4th of September. And Guru Maharaj has crowned it all with a word prayer for peace and love in the world by offering and begging Srimati Radharani for her sidelong glance. And but something very, very important that Srila Gurudev said, which is the application to Srimati Radharani. We need to have application to Srimati Radharani. And if she accepts that application, then our life is perfect. Today, I kindly tender my prostrated obeisances unto the dust of your lotus feet, Srila Gurudev, prostrating again and again and rolling on the dust. I'm begging you that please accept my application so that you can tender it unto Srimati Radharani so that she can be merciful upon me and at least give me a sidelong glance. so please, Gurudev, thank you all for being a wonderful audience, being with us from the very beginning. To you that have been, thank you for being patient with our sluggishness in our technical activities. We are still a work in progress. One day we'll get there, we'll be very, very professional. And Srila Gurudev, thank you very much for tolerating us. I know that we are still very, very childish, but thank you for being present and always tolerating us and always, being gentle to guide us on how we should do things more better. Thank you very, very much, Srila Gurudev. So to all the audience, wherever you are that is listening to the sound of our voice and watching, participating with us from the very beginning, we are grateful to you for being here. You showing up every day is a big encouragement to us, because without your presence, it is not so easy for us to be able to do. So thank you for always being present and always being eager to hear. And because you are eager to hear, you are eager to associate with Srila Gurudev, you are eager to associate. This itself is like a fuel that, it drives our momentum to do more. So thank you very much to everyone that has given wonderful, that has made wonderful bhajans, wonderful presentations. We thank you to all the speakers. We thank you to all the people in the technical team, the spotlighting team, everyone. We thank you to everyone, and also for the organizers of this online Radhastami event in the person of His Grace Shesha Prabhu and Madhuri Radha Nataji. We thank you all very, very much. And to you that I did not make mention of, it's not that I forget you, it's just that trying to compress everything within the time. So thank you all very, very much. God bless you. And I pray that Srimati Radharani shine her merciful sidelong glances on each and every one of you. Happy Radhastami to you. Bolo Sri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sri Vasana Maharani ki jai. Radha Shamashunda ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. And from me and the rest of our team, Hare Krishna and good night. Bye-bye.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Wonderful session. Hare Krishna. That's it for get some precise.
Radha Krishna, Gati Mama. Krishna Sya Dravinam Radha, Krishna Sya Dravinam Radha. 𝐾𝐻𝐸 Radha Krishna 𝐾𝐻𝐸 Radha Krishna 𝐾𝐻𝐸 Krishna Chita Stita Radha Krishna Chita Stita Radha Radha Chita Stita Hari Radha Chita Stita Hari Radha Krishna 𝐾𝐻𝐸 Radha Krishna 𝐾𝐻𝐸 Radha Krishna 𝐾𝐻𝐸 Vrindavaneshwari Radha Vrindavaneshwari Radha Krishna Vrindavaneshwara Krishna Vrindavaneshwara Radha Krishna 𝐾𝐻𝐸 Radha Krishna 𝐾𝐻𝐸